Hey everyone, and welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi. I'm Mia Tiffany, and here we are watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today, we are back on the case with Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes. First things first, I'd like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in getting exclusive content from the Movies with Mia channel, then please check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description below. Today, we are watching the 13th and final episode of the Granada television series, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, titled The Final Problem. And there are no fun facts today. We're going to get right into the episode, but before we do, y'all know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get in to the final problem. Oh boy, and even the intro is different. It sounds more ominous. Oh God, the music is so, like, eerie. Like, you can tell something bad's about to happen, like, really bad. Running away from this terrifying carriage man. Sherlock! You messed up his fine hat, sir. How dare you? Watch where you're going. God. I love that shadow. They're trying to kill him! Already loving the lighting and sort of the shadowy nature of this with the fog. I'm feeling it. I love it. Uh-oh. Oh, Sherlock has gotten himself in a bit of a tizzy. Kick him! Yes! Good job, Sherlock. And his hair is all disheveled. That's when you know something's wrong. When Sherlock isn't, like, clean cut, something's wrong. What a bunch of henchmen. Eric Porter in The Final Problem. It looks like it's like a funeral procession. I don't know, maybe just the colors. Not a procession, but like a funeral thing.
When I returned to Baker Street, I had seen little of Holmes. He had been engaged by the French government, but I could hardly foresee that it would have violent a consequence.
And this is our final episode with David Burke. I'm gonna miss him so much.
It lies with me what took place in that fateful year.
Mr. Holmes returned?
Yes, he went out again just after his visitor left.
Oh wow, his visitor. He had a visitor. Who was this mysterious man?
An elderly gentleman. They had words. He had a face like the devil. Should we open a bottle to celebrate Mr. Holmes' return?
Why not?
This feels like no time for celebration. Like, everything about this scene feels just wrong.
But as I waited for him, Baker Street looked to me as safe as ever.
What noise is this? Oh, I think that's Sherlock. That's when it's never secure, is when it looks the safest. Sherlock all disheveled, poor guy. Hiding from God knows what or who. Watson's like, are you okay? You sure?
What is it?
Air guns. Watson, would you have any objection to drawing the blinds? Casually.
Okay, well, you tell me air guns, and now you're like telling me to go to the window. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I'm a little nervous now.
I am by no means a nervous man, but it is
No, not at all.
stupidity rather than courage to refuse to recognize danger.
Yeah. Seems to be a lot of danger in this episode. Oh my God, someone's watching. I feel like this is Moriarty. But what led to this? I want to know what led to this.
You don't look well, Holmes.
I have been somewhat pressed of late, as I am unable to leave this room until after dark. You do have some time.
I'll take some notes, if I may.
You know, after 12 episodes, we kind of see, like, the individual that has come to Sherlock kind of recollect their case. And now we get to see Sherlock recollect the case that he's working. Just the way that they decided to depict it, I think, is really cool.
You will recall that it was a cold morning when I last left Baker Street. My destination was the museum in the Louvre, and my client, none less than the French government.
Paris is so beautiful. Go to Paris if you ever get a chance. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just go.
Palais du Louvre is near to the heart of France.
Chamber come to the point the Mona Lisa has been stolen.
I do love that his investigation, like, crossed borders, you know? Like, he has this sort of reputation.
Many artists come here to make copies.
This one seems well done.
That artist is particularly clever.
To make a bad copy is very easy. A good one takes years of practice.
There's like a counterfeit, you know, like somebody tried to steal the original and leave like a fake one. I don't know. It seems like it's alluding to that.
This is something near to a legitimate forgery.
Who would buy one of my copies when the real Mona Lisa is in the Louvre?
The Mona Lisa is no longer in the Louvre.
But of course you are joking, monsieur.
Yeah, I'm totally joking. He's like, I never joke.
The French police are well ahead of the British when it comes to fingerprints. The great Patron was kind enough to refer to my little pamphlet as his Bible.
Aw, he actually read one of Sherlock's pamphlets. That's sweet.
A Spaniard named Mendoza had been involved in petty crime in the past.
France owes you a great debt.
He is only a pawn in a much bigger game.
Professor Moriarty. Yep. Has Moriarty written all over it.
This robbery has been carefully planned by a master criminal.
That is madness. What professional criminal would want the Mona Lisa?
The master criminal is not interested in the original.
You steal the Mona Lisa and then you sell the fakes as they're the original to make money off of it. It's brilliant, but obviously it's criminal.
We must alarm Mendoza. So he leads us to the center of the web. First, we must announce that the painting has been stolen. But the criminal is about to be arrested.
Ah, good old rat cheese in the rat trap. I get it.
Mr. Holmes, we must arrest him now.
Well, that was a quick turnover. Or handoff. Oh, this kind of looks like To Catch a Thief, this market of flowers.
Holmes, did you have any clue to the mastermind behind the whole scheme?
Professor Moriarty.
Moriarty?
Oh my god, here he is. The man, the myth, the legend. I mean, his Moriarty is absolutely terrifying.
Notice the subtle modeling, that smile.
No one else has ever had the genius to paint this masterpiece. If you look at the paintwork, sir.
Oh my god, look at the way he was looking at that man. So scary. Like, absolutely mortifying.
Leonardo's signature, the brushwork, mano sinistra. Will you excuse me?
I've actually seen the Mona Lisa. It's incredible. Sherlock's on your tail, buddy. I love how his mask slips every now and then, you know? Like you see him putting on a mask and then it slips. And then he goes back in. So cool.
This painting is no longer for sale.
I don't understand, Professor. I'll reconsider. I'll give you a cool 4 million.
A cool 4 million.
The painting is no longer for sale.
Wait a second. Why do these men work for Professor Moriarty? What does he promise them? Money? Like, what is it? Obviously, he's not a good guy.
These are worthless. Richard Holmes has recovered the original. Burn them.
Yes, Professor Moriarty.
He's like, we need to eliminate him. I know that's what he's going to say.
Must congratulate you, Holmes.
That was no great problem. The case practically solved itself.
I hear you had a visitor this morning.
Ow!
Aww. I love how Watson is taking care of him. I love you, Watson, so much.
But you cannot go up there, sir.
The moment is revealed. The mental game. It's like,
You have less frontal development than I should have expected.
What? That is such a weird thing to say. It's when you know they're intellectuals, you know?
Firearms in the pocket of one's dressing gown.
But he knew about the gun.
You evidently don't know me.
I think it's fairly evident that I do.
Oh, it's his little pocketbook. There's some fear in his eyes. It's subtle, but it's there.
You frustrated me in the affair of the French gold.
So it was you behind the Red-Headed League.
The situation is becoming an impossible one.
He's like, I'm gonna have to eliminate you, pal. I do appreciate that this is the only episode that's tied to the episode before it.
You must drop it.
And what if I refuse?
There can be but one outcome. It would be a grief to take an extreme measure.
Oh my, did he just straight up threatened his life. Like, I'm gonna get you.
Danger is part of my trade.
You stand in the way not merely of an individual, but of a mighty organization. Stand clear or be trodden underfoot.
Don't understand. Ooh, this is bigger than you, buddy.
In the pleasure of this conversation, I am neglecting business which awaits me elsewhere.
It seems a pity, but I've done what I could.
Oh no, this does not feel good in the belly. It feels wrong. I'm scared. Oh, what?
This is a duel between you and me. You hope to beat me. I shall do as much for you.
I would not, like, I would be so scared.
I'm ready to close on him.
If he doesn't close upon you first.
The professor will be in the hands of the police. The greatest criminal trial of the century.
That would be so satisfying as a person reading the news.
It would give me great pleasure, Watson, if you would come onto the continent with me.
It seems to me that we're under siege in this very room. Won't we have to dispose of Professor Moriarty first?
Yeah. I wonder if he realizes that the danger that he's in is inevitable.
I must be on my way. It's too dangerous for you if I stay here. We start tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
It's most necessary.
I think that this type of framing of a conversation between two actors, I think is really cool visually.
We are now playing a double-handed game, Watson. Here are your instructions. You will dispatch whatever luggage you intend to take by trusty messenger. You will drive to the Strand end of Latham Mews.
Very intricate details. I would need him to write this down for me. Like, can you just repeat it one more time?
The instant that your cab stops, move speedily to reach the other end at exactly 9:15, and you will reach Victoria in time for the Continental Express.
Run, run. Run like your life depends on it.
I'm looking for the gentleman who reserved this compartment. Not a sign of him, sir. You better get aboard.
He's like, where are you, Holmes? Look at him. He looks so sad. I just want to give him a hug.
My dear Watson, you haven't even condescended to say good morning to me.
Of course he's in costume.
It is still necessary to take every precaution.
He's so smart, bro. I love Holmes so much. He's so, like, such an intellectual.
I think we've shaken off Moriarty very effectively. What will he do then?
Engage a special train.
I think we've got time for an early lunch.
Is that another train? I wonder if he commandeered another train. Moriarty has the power. Oh my god, there he is. Freaking lurking.
There are limits to even our friends' intelligence. And now, we shall make our way at leisure into Switzerland.
Oh, they're going to Reichenbach Falls. Oh no!
We progress towards the Alps. All gangs secured. Moriarty escaped the net, signed Michael.
I think it would be better if you were to return to England.
Oh, he cares about him. He's like, I want you to be safe. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not leaving you now.
Moriarty will devote all his energies
To taking me down.
I'm not leaving you, Holmes. Not unless you order me to go. We've been in tight places before together.
Bro, the freaking bromance, I'm not leaving you, bro. We're in this together.
In spite of the lovely scenery all around us, never for one instant did Holmes forget the shadow that lay across him.
Uh-oh, someone's coming. I applaud the director and the director of photography for really using as much of this landscape in this scene.
He was well convinced that we would not be clear of the danger.
So many people.
What was that?
Gun. I see you running, thinking you're freaking slick. Totally not blending into the landscape, by the way. Who wears freaking tan under a green landscape?
See anything?
Nothing.
He's trying to, like, protect him.
At last, we reached the heart of the village of Meiringen.
Oh my god, they're right there. Sure, and Watson is just blissfully unaware.
The walk over the hills is very beautiful. You must not miss the falls of Reichenbach. Ah, there it is.
No, don't go to the Falls of Reichenbach, please. Don't do it. We're in the end game now, guys.
The torrent plunges into a tremendous abyss.
Oh, the way he describes that is haunting. From the ones that I've seen, I love being able to compare how each production kind of captured this particular part of the story. It's fascinating.
Herr Dr. Watson!
Herr Dr. Watson,
Yes?
it is very urgent.
It seems an English woman was taken to the hotel. She's had a grave hemorrhage. It appears she's dying.
Something about that feels really wrong. Something that doesn't feel right about that.
I'm afraid I must go back, Holmes.
Of course.
This lad shows you the way to Rosenlaui. I'll join you there later.
No, why are they splitting up? Or was this all the plan of Moriarty to get Sherlock alone? I swear, if you do anything to my...
Hey!
I knew it was all a freaking elaborate plot. Oh my gosh. Look it, he's wearing all black. Who does that? Especially in this setting. Everything about him just screams bad guy.
I trust she's no worse.
Bitte?
It's like the woman who's dying of tuberculosis. But she's not, because she doesn't exist.
You didn't write this?
No, of course. There was a tall old Englishman who...
Run! Watson, run! Oh, buddy. It was all an elaborate ruse. Gosh, this is it. a very narrow railway. One person could get through. The look on his face, the frown. Go, Watson, go. You can really see the cultural differences where if you have an American film, it's all very like in your face, like very upfront, very in your face. With British films, it's a lot more reserved. It's almost proper. So I just wanted to note that distinction because I just find it so interesting. Oh my God, what happened?
I was dazed with the horror of the thing. He had not gone to Rosenlau.
That would be so scary. I mean, can we appreciate his freaking tweed suit? He looks so great in that suit, bro. Go David Burke. So awesome. Is it a note? Oh my God, what does the note say?
I made every disposition of my property and handed it to my brother. Goodbye, and believe me to be very sincerely yours.
Oh my God, no, don't cry, Dr. Watson, please. I just want to hug him. He knew this was how it was going to end. Oh, no, look at the box, the bottom. Oh, no. Oh my God, they're so high. No, there's no way. Music, fighting scene, everything perfect. Oh, I love how they're really showing them falling. Wow. Okay, obviously those were dummies, but dang, that was intense.
It's with a heavy heart that I write these, the last words in which the singular gifts by which my friend was distinguished.
I couldn't imagine being a person, you know, in this era, reading this short story for the first time after being so invested in this character of Sherlock, just to have him freaking fall at Reichenbach Falls. What have I have given everything to this character and he's just dead? Like, no, I would be outraged, completely outraged.
I shall ever regard him as the best and the wisest man I have ever known.
Oh my gosh. What a tragically beautiful end to the first installment of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Fantastic. The way that they depicted that was really so unique to this production. What you would have expected it to look like, it's exactly how it played out. It still felt so raw, especially when you saw the two men like hit the ground of the falls. Like that was real, and you're like, oh, like the finality of like Sherlock is now no more. It's just like, it's rough, you know, even if you know, like, obviously he comes back, we all know, but just like watching that as someone who doesn't know Sherlock's story, like the way they depicted it, I think was so perfect for an audience who doesn't know Sherlock. That was fantastic. I really appreciated specifically the DOP and the director and how they decided to really use every single aspect of the outdoors of Switzerland. I mean, they shot everything outdoors, which I appreciated so much. I think that it was very useful for that on location section. And yeah, I mean, just the performances of Eric Porter, he brought a sort of feeling to Moriarty that felt scary. Like genuinely being in the presence of this man would be terrifying and haunting. And I think Eric Porter did that so well. God, I don't know what else to say about this. I feel like, obviously I'm glad knowing that like, okay, we have a whole nother series, don't get too sad, but we do have to say goodbye to David Burke. This is our final episode with David Burke, and I'm sad about that, but I also understand why he did it, and I completely respect him for it. The other man, Edward Hardwicke, I think his name is, I'm probably wrong, but the next actor that comes in, I'm excited to kind of see his take on his take on Watson, because I know that he is Watson for the rest of the series, and sort of the chemistry between him and Jeremy Brett. God, I'm getting my actors mixed up. So yeah, that was fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for watching this final episode with me. And yeah, that's it. Now we're on to the outro. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to become an official Tiffany Club member, then please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you would like to see this episode's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon, available to our Golden Oscar patron tier. Patreon is also where I host my bi-weekly Saturday night MWM live watch parties, where we come together at 6 p.m. Arizona time and we watch one classic movie live via Zoom. Those live watch parties are about to change. They might go from bi-weekly to once a month because I actually am starting a new job, which I'm very excited about. I also have a few Patreon-only full-length reactions available to all Patreon tiers, and of course our Flick Pick polls, which allow you to vote for movies to be featured in future reactions. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. In our next video with Sherlock and Dr. Watson, we are actually starting the second season, and the title of the episode I don't have, so I have to go grab it because I didn't prepare for this. The Return of Sherlock Holmes. That is what we're on to. And our first episode of that season is The Empty House, which I'm very excited about. If you haven't seen or read The Empty House, please do so before checking out the reaction. And I have provided links of where I bought my physical copy of The Return of Sherlock Holmes down in the description. My website is still currently down, and I believe it will be for an indefinite amount of time. I've been having a lot of issues with the hosting website, so bear with me. So if you have any recommendations, go ahead and reach out to me on social media at Facebook and Twitter at Movies with Mia, and on Instagram and TikTok at movieswithmia_. If social media is not your jam, I do have an email, miawilliams642@gmail.com. Go ahead and email me there. I also have a LetterBoxd under the handle at Mamma Mia Tiffany. There, you'll find a list of all of the films I've reacted to on the channel. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everybody. The Return of Sherlock Holmes. Look, there's Jeremy Brett right there. Oh, he's so handsome. What a handsome guy. Today, we are watching the 13th episode in the Granada television series, The Adventures of Freestyling. I cannot wait to get into this season of Sherlock Holmes. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye.